All right, so we are back. I need to get Jordan on the live with us, but thank you so much for your patience. This is Nate, 9 minutes with Nate. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We definitely had an issue there, but looks like we got everything back up running. So I just need to get Jordan into this live. So if you will just be patient with me, we will get it going here just in a second. Again, so sorry for the delay, but we will get our guest on here and get going. Uh, Thank you so much for joining us. It has definitely been a while since you guys have seen me on 9 Minutes with Nate, but I am definitely glad to get it going again, be back in on giving people what they need, the best version of themselves. So I want to get some better lighting for you guys. Just want to have a quick conversation with Jordan. He's a guy that I know from home. He'll be joining us here in just a second. But again, for the folks that are coming in, thank you so much for joining on. I can't stress enough just how excited I am to get the podcast up and running. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. Looks like Jordan is coming to the stage now. But feel free while you're in the comments, if you want to say anything, if you want to share anything, if you think something's funny, please don't hesitate to share that. We are in my son's room tonight. He allowed us to commandeer his room for the live. He said, "Dad, don't mess up my room." So I got to make sure I clean this up when I get done. But we are, again, super excited to be here with you all. I'm going to bring Jordan in here in just a second. Just a brief history. I know Jordan from being back in Colleton County. For those that know anything about Colleton County, it's probably one of the biggest by square footage regions in the state, but it's pretty much not a lot there. So you get to know people pretty closely. Jordan and I are, from what I understand from my father, we are distant relatives. So that's a little bit better light there for us. So we are distant cousins. So it is all family here tonight. So again, like I said, feel free to share your messages in the comment section. I'll read them off, and we will definitely have a laugh and have maybe some tears tonight. But I'm going to bring to the stage no other than my man, my guy from Walterboro, South Carolina, Jordan Singleton. Here he comes, y'all. Y'all give me just a second, or I'll add him in.
Yo, what's up, brother?
Jordan, man, we did see
Yes, sir.
technology will get us down tonight. We just had to be
Yes,
patient.
sir.
Patient,
That's
man.
it.
Oh
There's a
my
battle
God.
that we had to win.
Exactly. We had to
Yeah.
fight. Man, what's up, man? What's going on with you, man?
Man, first of all, man, I'm excited for your platform, man. Thank you for inviting me, man. Dude, when you sent that message, dude, I was just so thrilled. You know what I'm saying? Just to get the invite. You know what I'm saying? Now that we're here, man, I am grateful. I'm thankful, man. Um, that what's going on with me, man. Just I did a little bit of work today. I don't really work hard to be honest. I'm blessed. But yeah, man, I'm excited to be here, man. This is exciting, man. I'm all smiles.
I see, man. I see, man. Listen, it's been fun to watch your podcast and you talk to all the guys that we grew up with, and have those guys share their experiences. It is just it's your platform, 210 Productions. Please, if that's wrong, please correct me. 210, right?
Yes, 210 Block podcast. Yeah,
Block. Yes, sorry.
yeah,
Yes, I look. You guys have been saying, bringing in, first of all, some heavy hitters, and I'm like, man,
yeah,
I remember that guy when he was. I remember that guy when he was. And look at everybody.
yeah.
Everybody now is doing major moves, man, and it is
Mhm.
exciting that us as brothers, we're bringing people on. We're having the conversations. We're addressing things, and that's what this platform is about. I posted. This is, man, I can be honest with you and transparent. I started 9 minutes with Nate and went through almost hitting some heavy stuff, and I got down because people weren't responding. Some people were, but a lot of it wasn't
Yeah,
crazy. It wasn't crazy supportive. And I was like, man, God, I ain't gonna do this no more, man. I'm not getting a response. And then I had to
yeah,
realize, I was like, wait, this ain't about responses. This is about just getting information out, and whether people like it or not, it is what it is. So
correct.
I I said, I was gonna get back on it. Then here comes the 210, the block. I said, oh, look at Jordan. he got this guy on. I'm like, man, I want to talk to that guy. Then I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I need to get Jordan on because as much energy that you've put into others to um, let them come on the platform, talk to them, let them share their experiences. I said, but what about Jordan? Jordan got a lot to say. I know because I watched you grow up. I know some
Yeah.
things that people don't know, and so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, it's what better way to bring 9 minutes with Nate back with a heavy hitter such as yourself. Um, you know, I'm gonna let you tell what you currently do, and one of the youngest guys to do it in the company, which I was just mind blowing to me. I'm like, man, hats off to you for that. And then
Yeah.
just your story, and man, we just gonna go, man. So there ain't no time
Okay.
restrictions. We just gonna get into it, man. But I'm gonna present to you, introduce to others, none other than
Yeah.
my guy again, Jordan Singleton, y'all. So
Yeah.
Jordan, I'm gonna let you talk a minute, man. Let me know, man, where we
Yeah.
what we doing, man. Like,
Okay.
see,
Okay. Okay.
well, you next to the CEO, so I heard that. Let's start there.
Yeah.
What are you doing for work these days?
Man, I am a assistant general manager, man, of a Hampton Inn. It's under the Hilton umbrella.
Ooh,
Yeah. As AGM. Bro, I did it in less than 4 years. You know.
wow.
Yeah. I think about, man, how growing up we had this popular song. It was in the church. It said, "Send me, I go." And
Mm-hmm.
once I came into this is right around COVID, no, right before COVID. We were, I think, expecting my ex-wife and I expecting our second child, and I was like, I wanted to find something, a job, because I was a carpet cleaner at the time, but it wasn't steady income because we moved from Jackson, Mississippi to Nashville. So I stumbled upon this, and I just liked it from day one. I just loved it from day one because I get to meet people from all around the world. Living in Nashville is booming. You can imagine all the passports I get to see, man. And so that's what inspired me to travel as much as I do now. But yeah, I got into it working night audit. Now we're just sitting there, just growing and growing. And so opportunity came. I had an opportunity to open up a hotel. Um, they selected me to help open up a Hilton Garden Inn Home to in Nashville. And so my appetite just got big. You know what I'm saying? And so I was doing night audits. I went to my manager at the time, like, look, how can I learn more and do more? So as I'm doing night audit, she gave me like some of her responsibilities. Like I'm learning how to pay bills for a hotel. I'm learning how to do so many things. So I just kept going and going and going. And so a position came available at this particular hotel. I helped open up, right? I said, hey, I would like to apply for the front office supervisor role. She said, well, I don't think you're ready. And it kind of hurt my heart because I thought we had a better relationship with that. But I had to remember that this is a business. I said, well, as you're declining to give me the position, I'm giving my 2-week notice because Home 2 by the airport is allowing me to become their supervisor. So I was like, either you, yeah, you're right, yeah. I wanted to stay where I was at, but God positioned me to go someplace else. I guess so I outgrew the pot that I was in. So I did that, and then my ex-wife moved the boys to Memphis, and so I moved to Memphis. I did that for a year. Within 1 year, bro, when I was in Memphis, I got 2 promotions.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait, wait,
went employee.
wait. Man, hold up. So you
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
man, go ahead. I can't. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So yeah, so I'm just hungry, man, and like I said, I'm loving what I'm doing, and you know what I'm saying, so I'm enjoying the challenge of the work because you got like different mindsets of people. Like, bro, like we have poverty back home. It's
Mhm.
country poverty. Living
Right.
in Memphis is my first time ever experiencing city poverty. It's a different breed. Like they have like
Wow.
cut off for how many hours they gonna work. Like if their funds not on there, like what you call that grocery money they get, bro. If that money that on that
Mhm.
card, bro, they ain't coming to work. They gotta go figure out why the
Oh, you
money
mean
ain't on the card.
like the EBT card?
Yeah, bro. The money hit on Monday, bro. They ain't coming to work. They are not coming. You know what I'm saying? It
What?
was just yeah. They're like, bro, they want to go see why that money ain't on the card. Bump work. They was not worried about work.
What? We
Yeah,
laugh.
yeah,
But that's people's reality. That's the
yeah,
and this is why I got you on here because man, that's something people don't.
yeah.
Wow. Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
That's great.
man, and a lot of people, man, they don't understand. Like when they live in poverty, bro, they don't care about a driving license. That is not a thing to them. They be pushing whips, bro. Don't even care about driving license, man. And so you got to see that, like we had positions come available at the hotel. They were so used to their lifestyle and ways where they deny promotions
They didn't
because you
want the
paying
money.
them too much. No, because you cutting into their free funds from the government. Yeah, you cutting, you like you said, when you give them too many hours and too much pay, they're like, nah, this ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You already knew, like once a week, like, all right, she calling out. Next week she calling out. Next week they calling out because they was watching their hours. Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah. Like
I
you.
say wow, man, because you know I never experienced that,
Yeah.
and that's their reality. And I don't want to make light of it because obviously that is exact. That's what they know. That's what they're going through. That's what they do day to day. But
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. That
Wow,
was it.
man.
And then if they about to miss work, bro, Uber's not an option for some of them. They ain't riding the bus. They got too much pride. So if they can't catch a ride from a boyfriend or cousin, they ain't coming to work. They ain't about to pay Uber and they ain't about to pay for a bus fare, even though the bus fare is like, you know what I'm saying, pennies on a dollar. So some will, but you had some, bro, like it wasn't going. You know what I'm saying? And then that was my first brush with like real domestic violence as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember, man, I had one staff member, bro, like she was showed with shades. When she had the shades on, you already know what was up. Nobody said nothing. It was like unspoken language. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, okay, that what kind of weekend she had. Yeah. Work was a safe haven, bro.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. So her coming to work was probably safe.
Yeah. And so you gotta understand me seeing her for the first time, be like, she had like you know what I'm saying, like she just called me Bishop. She used to say I admire her Bishop Jake. And so yeah, we had a relationship, but I couldn't get close to her physically at first. You know, I'm a bigger guy. So that will take her like in a mental state to where is he gonna hit me? Does he want me for sex? You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality they have. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I learned, like I know like we from the country, so we talk slick to females and you know, whatever. But these women are not used to a guy being nice to them. So when I would be nice, they thought I wanted sex. It was this their mentality. This nothing they're used to. So when you come in every morning saying good morning, that means you like them. You know what I'm saying? You looking like nah, but this is what I had to deal with, bro. So I had to learn because my career, this is what I found, like this is my career. So I can't let you mess me up like that. So this is the mentality of people you dealing with. Like there was some of them, like they like one particular restaurant, I can't think of the name of it now, had some amazing chicken. But because I wasn't from Memphis, they wouldn't let me go over there. They're like, look, give me the money, we'll bring it back. They're like, because you too friendly to go over there. You're gonna be talking to everybody and everybody don't have good intention. So I gave my boy Rod the money. He would definitely bring the chicken back to me. And like I said, Memphis is a beautiful city. It just had different pockets that you just had to learn how to maneuver in. Like my job was downtown, so I got to see like the baseball field, you know, right around the corner from the Memphis Grizzlies. So again, I love Memphis, great opportunity. It was just I really got to learn the mindset of the different type of poverty that we remember. You know what I'm saying? It was real, man. It was moments, man, where I cried. You know what I'm saying? To God, like what is this? Like this can't be real, but like you said, it's their reality.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn how to embrace that. I was there for a year, through the, you know, saying the good promotions and different things like that. So I reached out to one of my mentors in the industry. I said, hey, I'm about to move back to Nashville because Memphis not building hotels, you know, anymore. They're pretty much tapped out because nobody's really visiting Memphis. And so I reached out to Miss Teresa, and she was like, I know somebody who needs the AGM. So I drove down from Memphis one day. I drove down, did my interview. 2 days later, I got an offer. I said that was the only person to interview with. So that was and the blessing is, bro, it was only a one interview. Most time when you do manager position, like they do like multiple rounds, bro, God moved. And like it was interviews, bro, like an hour and a half, you know what I'm saying? And so I know what I'm saying, driving back to Memphis and, you know, getting everything situated, I got an email. And I said, thank you for the opportunity. So Mr. Danny, man, that's my GM now. Um, you know, he's the reason he gave me the opportunity to be AGM. And real quick about that, he just went to Hawaii for almost like 3 weeks, or he let me run the hotel. And a lot of
What?
times, yeah, and a lot of times that's unheard of because they bring another manager in, you know,
Right.
different thing like that. But he like, nah, it's all yours. He gave me the codes, he gave me the information I needed. Bro, I was like talking to people in home office, like I was a boss, man, for 3 weeks. Doing payroll, scheduling, you know what I'm saying, ordering for the hotel. It was a beautiful experience. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for those like 2.5, 3 weeks, man, I had the opportunity. And so,
Man,
man, that's what I'm doing now, man. Like, and I'm just growing, man. I love it. My goal is to be a GM in 3 years and own my own hotels in 8 years.
wow.
And so right now, yeah, I'm getting enrolled in school, Nashville Community College.
Hmm.
They have a program, associate's degree that you can get your business degree with a focus on hotel management. And then,
There you go.
and if anybody living in Tennessee, there's this program called Reconnect. So if you live in Tennessee for 2 years, you can get a grant to go back to college, get your associate's degree. And so that's what I applied for. And I'm praising God that I'm praising before he give it to me, it's in the midst of this process that I'll be able to get the grant and I will get my associate's degree in 2 years.
Wow, man,
Yeah.
that Jordan. That's an amazing kickoff to this thing, man. Right now, we got 8 folks watching. Hello, everyone wherever you're watching, we appreciate it. We just ask you come in, like, and share. We got a comment in the comment box. Simone, she is a realtor here in Greenville, and she said a lot of these people have been conditioned to think this way by parents who have lived on the system their entire life and never looking to get off, so they pass down the survival mode instinct in them in the worst way. I can agree with
Yeah.
that. I can agree with
Yeah.
that. I mean, it's no different, from city to city. It was no different. When I was in Charleston, I would see it, and
Yeah.
when I moved off campus, we had to go where we could afford, and you would see
Yeah.
that type of behavior. In North Charleston, there was a lot of that. You could see, hey, you knew what time not to go to the grocery store, you knew what time to go to the grocery store based
Yeah.
upon
Yeah.
folks going to grab all their groceries on the EBT at a certain time versus not. And it
Yeah.
usually is like 1 or 2 in the morning. That was the best time to go grocery shopping because nobody
Yeah.
was there. But you go before that, carts and carts, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, man, like this is for real. Like this is, you know, and it was just mind blowing. And now moving from Walterboro going to Nashville, Tennessee, and seeing it in a different spin, but it's still that cycle, man.
Yeah.
That is eye
Yeah.
opening. Wow, I
Yeah. I
really
remember.
appreciate your journey, through the management role. I myself, at every job, it seems like I would get a job, start at the bottom, learn that level. And next thing you know, hey, you possess this. Let's, do you want to try this? And then you get your hands wet, and then you excel, and then you excel, and then you move up. 3 years, man, you're probably gonna get that well before 3 years, man. You're running the
Yeah.
entire hotel. I
Yeah.
worked in the hotel system briefly, man, and I enjoyed it. But working at that front desk, people are nasty. People are
Yeah.
brutal. And then
Yeah.
when I travel, I ask a lot of questions. Is the room clean? Can I go check the room? Yeah, this is not
Yeah.
right. Recently, I traveled with my family to a track meet in the room. It looked like it smelled like they had hosed the floor down with water. It was mildewish, and I'm just like, nah, this is not it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And I had to get myself together before I went downstairs because I'm like, I don't want to be the
Mhm.
guy. But I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, this. And the
Yeah.
lady was like, oh, it's no problem. And I was like, oh, you cool? Okay, cool. Because some front desk folks, they not the nicest. Oh, you don't want that room?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
that man, that is powerful, man. It's kind of like, man, God will take the most unlikely person and
Yeah.
put you in a situation, and people like, he's a what? Jordan
Yeah.
from Walter? Jordan that used to get in
Yeah.
trouble? Jordan that got kicked out? Like, nah, not that Jordan. No,
Yeah.
yes, that
Yeah.
Jordan, the most unlikely
That one.
guy to
Yeah.
really catapult you to the front, man. So congratulations on that, man. God be the glory on that, man. That's
Yeah.
huge. I can't say enough about that, man. I heard that on one of the podcasts that you were doing, I was like, man, that dude is doing it. And I know
Yeah.
people are looking at him like the most unlikely guy to be successful. Got
Yeah.
kicked out of all our schools. We was like, where Jordan
Yeah.
go? Like, I remember saying that to myself as a kid, like, what happened to Jordan? Where Jordan at?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
man, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Something that I was definitely heavy on my heart, man, was I saw your post the other day about your son. Talk
Mhm.
to us a little bit about that journey, because I know that's something that you're constantly dealing with. And I really sincerely, again, first and foremost, prayers to you guys on that journey, because I know there's things that keep reoccurring, and that we're gonna have to work through. So if you're comfortable talking about it, please, man, let us
Okay.
know what's going on with your son.
Oh yeah, man, you my brother, man. I don't mind being transparent about none of this stuff, man. And this is what people like I said, I had to learn even with my podcast, like when you told your story, brother, you came on my podcast, like my inbox is blowing up. How do I reach Nate? And then it sound like, yo, because like we know Nate from the, Fast Nate. We ain't know Nate from the things he was telling us. So we got to see, what I'm saying? He was transparent with me. So I'm returning the
Yeah.
favor. So yeah, man. That's my son Jace. He's my 4-year-old, man. The only difference is he has hair. If you do a lineup of children, bro, you like that's Jace Jordan's son. But yeah, man, it's been a journey. Since, at 9 months, he got diagnosed with eye cancer, retinal
Mm,
blastoma, at 9 months.
mhm.
And so his mom takes him to the doctor. He gets a little checkup. Whatever case and be. They're like, hey, we can't see the retina, and so we're just
Mm,
thinking like, all right, maybe childhood. What's that thing that cover the eye? That people get removed. I can't think of the term, but we thought it was something simple. And so she took him to another eye specialist. She was like, "Oh, the reason why you can't see the retina, you got eye cancer. You got a tumor."
mm.
Yeah. So I never forget. I'm in Columbia, South Carolina, to cleaning the church, and so his mom called me. She ain't saying nothing. So her mom gets the phone. I said, "Yes, ma'am, Miss Davis." And she like, "I'm Jordan. We just found out Jay's got eye cancer." I'm driving, bruh. I'm driving, getting this news. I can't hold it together. What you mean my baby got eye
Right,
cancer?
right.
What you mean? He's 9 months. Like, and so it's like, so you got this emotions and feelings, man. You trying to figure out why my son, you go through that. And then there's another wrinkle in the plans. They're international, they're Bahamian. So
Mhm.
we got that on top of everything. And so we got the diagnosis and so I'm in the States, but they're in Bahamas, and this is during COVID. And so, right around the end of COVID.
Yeah.
And so, just getting down there, we had to coordinate, coming in from a different country, and me coming flying in from Nashville, and so we get down there, and so this is why it's good. Sometimes it's good to be quiet. So at this
You saying
point,
something right
they
there,
only
brother.
allowing, yeah,
You
I had to
saying
learn to be,
something right
you
there. You saying
listen,
something
I
right
like to
there.
talk.
Saying something right
So
there.
his mom doing the talking. She like, cause they're like only letting one parent in.
Right.
So she says no. She's like, we both had to fly in, which was not a lie. And so she
Hmm.
was like, so we want to both stay here. So she has that real thick Bahamian accent. So they're like, oh, y'all flew in from Bahamas. I'm looking like, still ain't saying nothing. I'm like, I'm just being quiet because if I talk, they can hear my American accent. They're like, you
Right.
know what? Since your guys flew in which we did fly in, but she was doing all the talking, like we was able to have that special moment that night because they brought in another chair for me to sleep with, saying in that in the room with them. So it was, saying being in the room with them, man. And, I mean, it's not gonna lie to you, man. It's not easy seeing your son go under. Seeing that medicine just at a drop of a dime, man. His eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? And that's your baby. Like you can't. The door is closed. You can't go with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give him over. To these people, man. And it was like I'm boohoo crying, bro. It's my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going through emotionally, man. It was just hard to see. And so and when he got diagnosed, there's a black doctor. I don't know her name now. I forgot. So she learned how to take a needle or some sort of medical device running through your veins. So there's a procedure where they insert it in through his thigh, brought it around his heart, and was able to put it directly in his eye. So he had 3
Wow.
chemo treatments direct. So instead of his whole body being exposed, they figured out a way to put it directly to the cancer. And so this is like less than 6 months, like this new technology, what I'm saying, movement, this new thing they started. So we was like, praise God, because you don't want your son going through that, man. And so the doctors thought he had 6 treatments, but God removed the cancer in 3. Um, and so just going like, so he has appointments. LD, he gets less appointments he have. So when he gets 5, he don't have any more appointments, but he has 4. And so just going through that, man. Then he gets put down like 2 or 3 times when he go. And so like, again, that's my baby, man. Like, it hurts, man, knowing that my baby is going through this. At the end of the day, though, like he comes back resilient, like nothing happened.
The
You know what I'm
kids are
saying? That's why I had to
resilient,
start.
man.
Yeah. I'm like,
Is it,
dude,
they
like you just
do it.
you understand? You just got chemo. He's like, dude, he just only thing he wanted was breast milk, and he was good to go. You know what I'm saying? He was a little droggy, but he still was himself. And so he just had another appointment, man. Like I said, it's just brutal on him, man. Just knowing he got these MRIs and evaluations under anesthesia, EUA, man. And so his MRIs came back clear. And but unfortunately, man, on the EUA, they found he has fluid in his eye.
Okay.
So that's where we at now. They mentioned eye drops, and they mentioned doing some different things to monitor it and see how it goes. You know, they like, don't worry. Like, man, you can't tell me not worry, man. It's my baby eye. And like I said, we caught it in time, so he still got both of his eyes. But even in the midst of that storm, man, just seeing God move, you know what I'm saying, the way he did, because, you know, we got to talking to doctors. There are some parents, man, that didn't take their child to the doctor. So their child will lose an eye. You know what I'm saying? They have certain circumstances they shouldn't have had, but you had lazy parents, you know what I'm saying? We had different things going on, you know what I'm saying? But we're just blessed, man, in the midst of this. Like he's growing, man, and just thriving. So when I see him, man, bouncing around on the bed, and he's also on the spectrum of being autistic. So,
Mm-hmm.
bro, like he learning his numbers in Spanish. He know mommy and dad. Like he's just growing, man. And so just watching that process, man. And it's something we don't talk about as men, like, you know, where I'm grateful for the circle I have, like you and others, man, where I can talk about this, man, because you would think that you supposed to go through this alone. Like, nah, man, I need your prayers. I need how you doing, man. How's your son doing? You know what I'm saying? When I posted that post, bro, got like 115 comments, people praying, man, and, you know, just grateful to know, bro, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me trying to suffer in silence and do all the other stuff, man, I reached out to people like, yo, I am going through it because I couldn't make it because his appointment was during the week my general manager was gone, so I couldn't leave because he left. So
Right.
I had to miss the appointment. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, hope he's okay, and then, you know, different like that. You pray, then your flesh also, you had to control your thoughts, man. Don't let them what ifs come in and just take over, because you go down a rabbit hole with those. And it's
Right.
never a positive or what ifs either. It just you know what I'm saying, type thing. And so, man, it was just difficult to go through. You know what I'm saying? Knowing like that's your baby. But you know, God gave him this to be a part of his testimony. And then one lady, she told me the other day, man, at work, the lady who gave me the devotion at work, she said, think about it like this. She said, this is a tool that God is using you to get closer with him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I never thought about it like that. Now, because I pray more,
Yeah.
but my steps of faith a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
because of seeing my son, you know, what I'm saying, go through this, man. So, and his mom is phenomenal. I'm not going to try to shortchange her, man. You know, just to know that your baby, man, had cancer, man. It's not an easy battle. And at that time, I know people talk about St. Jude, but St. Jude's on the lottery. You know, they didn't let people in like that with St. Jude. And I want to thank Bascom Palmer. Anybody got problem with eyes, man? They are phenomenal work. I think they in Miami and Philadelphia now, but Miami is the main location. It was just how they took us in. They talked to us like me and you talking, like they help you understand the charts. And you know what I'm saying? It just they didn't let us feel like we were alone. You know what I'm saying? Like they felt like there's a community there. You know what I'm saying? And it was just cool to know in the hospital setting that you got staff that care, and then outside of that, you have friends and family that care. And so, man, so yeah, just going through that, man, it's been hard. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's your baby, but I just also got to trust God and know, like, and the thing about it is, bro, he won't remember this. He's only 4,
No.
but we got to show him medical records. Like we got to show him, you know, different things he get older, because he does not know this is a big part of his journey.
Wait,
But
wait,
man,
wait, wait.
God has
You
been
said he's 4?
4. He's only 4.
He's a big 4-year-old. I looked
Yeah.
at the picture that you put. Man, how tall are you,
Yeah.
Jordan?
I'm 6'2".
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to check his birth certificate every recreation before they play. They're gonna
Oh yeah.
no,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, man, ain't no way. No, he supposed to be in 8 and 9. No, you
Yeah.
at least 12. Like, come on, son. Where's the birth? Parents, bring the birth
Yeah.
certificate, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the
He's
picture.
yeah.
I was like, man, he's huge.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Wow.
He's yeah. He all my boys are super tall, man. But his grandmother, It's like 5'9", 5'10". You know, her mom is tall, so he gets it from both sides. But yeah, he's a
Both
massive little
sides.
human. Yeah, he's
Wow.
massive, bro, and he's solid too. Yeah,
I remember
that's
when our son Landon, he he was complaining. He and this is nowhere near the level of cancer, but it was concerning. He laid on the couch one day and he was saying, I don't feel well, I don't feel well, I don't feel well. And I was like, let him sleep it off. Let him sleep it off.
yeah,
But one thing about Landon's gonna eat. And if
yeah,
Landon's not eating, something's wrong. And
yeah,
finally, the temperature jumped up, and I told his mom, I said, look, hey, something ain't right. We got to
yeah.
get to the hospital. So we take him to the hospital. Appendix
Mm,
blocked, almost 100.
yeah.
I think this is 90+%.
Wow.
Surgery next morning, immediately. He's just like, am I gonna be? I gotta have surgery. He's brave about it. I'm in the corner like,
Yeah.
really,
Yes,
surgery?
sir.
We were just laying on the
Yes,
couch
sir.
chilling. What happened?
Yeah.
He goes
Yeah.
in, and that same feeling you had when they took him in, and they take him through the doors that you can't walk through. It is
Yeah.
like, okay, God, I'm gonna walk him to the door, and you
Yeah.
got it, but like
Yeah.
this is all I can do right here. Comes back out, and he's got his little, his stitches, and he's just laying there sleeping. I'm just like, okay, any day now, you can get up.
Yeah.
Come on, wake up. Wait, come on,
Yeah.
wake up. Come on. And he wakes up, and he's just like, dude, what's up? Like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
like, boy, you just had major surgery and we've been sitting on pins and needles and you're fine. And these kids, they are
Yeah.
so resilient, Jordan. And we, as as much as they are kids, we can learn so much from them because they just take things in stride and go with it. And us as
Yeah.
adults, man, we'll sit up, man, we'll be tore up for weeks worrying about stuff, and they'll just be like, okay, so when can I eat and when can I go
Right.
home and when can I play with my friends? This
Yeah.
it's wild, man. But you hit on something, man. That's really why I started with 9 minutes with Nate, man. I felt like there's not enough circles of men that check on men, and
Mhm.
not only for men, but just as a just people. There's not enough people that check on people. And so when you said that, that resonated with me, man, because I'm like, people don't. They feel
Yeah.
like you said, you felt like you had to go through it alone. And you felt like, hey man, I don't have nobody. I'm tore up and I can't handle this. And so that was my original reason for really just jumping on with 9 minutes with Nate and putting it out there. Um, I think, as I continue to rebrand and rebuild, well, we won't rebrand, but just rebuilding, um, maybe have breakout sessions where once a couple times a week, hey, we need to jump on,
Yeah.
make this screen full of 10 more guys on here, and we just talk about some real issues because I don't know about you, man. I'm 41, man.
Yeah.
They starting to come in. As a guy, yeah, we
I'm
up
41
there,
too, I
yeah.
think. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see you. Look at you. Can't remember how old you are. I had to ask somebody today too. I was like, "What am I 41?" Um, I don't have
Yeah.
time to not talk about the issues anymore. We got to talk about the issues. We got to talk about how we move forward. We got to talk about how we deal with divorce, how we deal with marital issues, how we deal with children, how we deal with things that we're going to deal with as men. That, let's face it, some of us didn't have decent or at least a blueprint on what that's supposed to look like. We didn't have a male. We had male figures, but they didn't talk about it in a way that we could. That's for a time such as now,
Yeah. Correct.
and we
Right.
and we need those elbows to rub against. And I am all for creating the movement that, hey, post the encouraging words, but not just that, because anybody can put a Facebook post up. We
Yeah.
got to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Let's
Yeah.
let's do that. And I know your podcast is constantly bringing in new people, man. But maybe just as I'm thinking, man, let's have a forum, man. Let's put it
Yeah.
together and let's have all those guys that have been on your platform, all the people that have been on my platform, and let's put our heads together because if we're not talking about it, is are we really getting good resolutions out? Are we really
Yeah.
putting our heads together to come up with some type of something to help something
Mhm.
we're gonna help somebody that's watching
Yeah.
this live, somebody that's gonna watch this repost. they're gonna see it and they're gonna say, man, I can identify with that. That's me.
Yeah.
He's helping me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is
Sure.
all about, man.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny you
I
say that, man,
appreciate
because we actually got panels coming. We're actually working on
it.
panels as you say that. Yeah.
See,
We got an all women's
that's how I
panel
know I'm on the right
August
track.
12th. Yeah. Then we got our
That's how I
first
know.
season of all women coming up, after that to
Oh
start at
man,
August
that's gonna be
29th. Yeah.
powerful. That's gonna be
Yeah.
powerful. Cause them,
Yeah.
them ladies gonna bring it, man. It's
Yeah.
gonna be chilling. All of a sudden, you're gonna hit that one chord, and wait a minute. Let me tell it. Man. That's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome, man. That's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome. Jordan, I really want you to talk about, what the Jordan that people don't know. I know you have briefly on your stage, but if you could just how did Jordan get to the Jordan of today? Because I'm gonna tell you, folks. I know he don't mind me
Yeah.
saying this. The Jordan y'all see today, only God.
Ain't the Jordan. Yeah. It's not the Jordan from the 90s.
No,
Yeah, it's
shoot, the Nate
not.
you see right
Um,
now. Yeah,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Nate you see right now ain't the Nate that was.
Yeah.
I wasn't a bad child, but we
Yeah.
all had our paths, and those things are definitely what shape and mold us. And so, tell us what happened with Walterboro
Um,
High School and Ruffin and all the schools you experienced.
yeah. Yeah, because I went through quite a few of them. Yeah, hey man, and when it's the truth, man, it's the truth.
Yeah.
So started off, what I'm saying, how we grew up, what I'm saying, Walter Brothers. And so when the time I got to middle school, that's where it became the issue for me because I got done with my work a lot quicker than my classmates. So I got bored. And so I was like, you know what? I'm about to entertain. And that's where that mentality came from. I was bored and like they didn't give me extra work at the time. So I started cracking jokes and I started performing in front of the class. I never forget, man, Miss Camardi.
Oh,
She had
that's
left
something
it.
education got to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not Burger King. You can't have it your way. You know what
That's
I'm
what they
saying? She had so one day, man, I'm cutting up in her class, man. She leaves. You know what I'm saying? So I never forget, bro. I got my best Michael Jackson impression going. I'm moonwalking. I'm doing my
Oh,
thing. Bro, as I'm moonwalking, the door is behind me. So I go to do I heard the door open, so I hit him with a spin. Yaka. It's my mother.
oh no. Oh my God.
Yeah. So my mom, man, she got me right there. She pulled my britches down, bro. Whitey tighty, son. She got me in front of my class. Yes, sir.
Work.
Yes,
Went
sir.
to
Yes,
work.
sir. Went to work. But the problem was the next day I'm back at the same foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like, So and man, part of this is like when I was when I was in middle school, I was so different. I would walk to because my mom got tired of whipping me.
Yeah.
I would walk to my uncle's house to wake him up to make sure he knows my day for whipping. Then that's how delusional. I didn't care. I didn't think things through.
No.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with my Uncle Al. You know what I'm saying? Like Uncle Al, like, yo, you know what the day is? He's like, nah, like, what's it get a whipping? And he looked at me like, you really came over for this? And you woke me up. And that's one thing. If he was he was already awake, I have to wake him up to make sure I got my whipping for that day. And I'll walk back home. And so I started getting suspended. And so I missed, even though my grades were okay, I started missing too many days. And so that's why I failed 7th grade. And so they held me back.
Right.
And so my second time repeating 7th, I went through 4 schools in one school year. Yeah, 4. Because at this point, my name is going way before me. Because they're like, yo, if like teachers were refusing to teach me, bro. There's one teacher I had in my 7th grade year. I was in ISS. Every time 7th period would come around, my work was waiting on me in ISS. I couldn't even go to her classroom.
What school was that?
That was campus. Was it campus B? Campus A.
It would have
The
been
one,
campus,
the 1-7.
campus A.
Yeah, the 1-7-8. 7-8 is campus A. And so this is campus A. And my name, and like I said, I'm causing so much ruckus that on this board, like they have like who had who couldn't go to recess. Bruh, my name was written in a permanent marker. What? So even if I didn't do anything today, I still had backup days that I couldn't go to recess, bro.
It was catching you up. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, you know what? It's just going to just right in here permanently. So I went from campus A. I went to Smokes. And then I went to the alternative school. And while I'm at alternative school, my mom they worked out something with this school called John Delahowe, which is in McCormick, South Carolina, and that's
Yeah.
where I went for 4 years. And man, it's a boarding school, alternative school, how you want to look at it. And like I said, I was there, man, 144 students, boys and girls. And one thing about this particular school is that every student had their own like things they're working through. Like I went up there because it wasn't like I was like a fighter. I never fought nobody growing up. I was so mannerable. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and I still was cutting up. Excuse me. And so that happens, and so I'm up there for like 4 years. So that's why I left from like 7th to 11th grade. That's why he didn't see me because I failed, and then that you kept going, and so you was a year ahead of me. So when I came back home, you already graduated.
Yeah.
And then when I came back home, I went to Ruffin. Yes, that's why after middle school, you didn't see me personally.
I wonder what I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I was like, Jordan just kind of fell off the face of the earth because I remember Dad would come over to your oh gosh, was it Sandra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would come over to Sandra's house, and I'd be like, I'm coming to hang out. Where's Jordan? Oh, Jordan not here. What? So and Daddy would tell me like, yeah, Jordan gone. Jordan. And I was like, oh, well, what did he do? Like, what happened? I honestly did not know what. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of our classmates had no idea either. That's wild, man. The school in McCormick. So more so like a boarding school, military type of setup, or was it just?
It was just like it kind of gave you like a junior college feel, even though it had like restrictions and rules and regulations you had to follow. But like we had uniform, like it says, 144 students, half girls, half boys. We went to school, you know what I'm saying, interacting with your peers. So we had recreation. We did everything on campus though. From the ropes course, that's one thing I love, man. Like ropes, you know what I'm saying? Like different activities you had to do as team building exercises. You know what I'm saying? And it was all outside, and we had a rec. You know, and that's when I learned how to play badminton. Your boy won badminton 2 years in a row. Your boy can play some badminton. I didn't know I could play until I played. Huh?
You should have went to the Olympics then. Go ahead.
Right,
sure
my man.
I'm sure they need some players.
We got to see if that's in the Olympics now.
Jordan,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I won singles, doubles, and mixed. I was in that thing.
Wow.
That just God gave me the ability to play sports, man. It wasn't a sport I couldn't play. But while I was at boarding school, man, I have some of my brothers. We met at 14. You know what I'm saying? 13, because it went from 6th grade to 12th. So you was in this thing, man, with different students, man, and so you got to see like some people, man, was like doing some things. Like I remember I had one of my roommates. This man, his mom told him no. Mm-hmm. He went outside and turned the hot water heater up because she's about to go take a shower. So this is the people that we're dealing with. We had some people from juvenile court, you know what I'm saying, and people that had unfortunately come from broken homes, parents on drugs. And so instead of putting them in foster care, they sent them to our school. So everybody had like a story that was different, you know. But while you was there, you kind of, you know what I'm saying, everybody had like their own plan as well. So mine was to kind of get me to kind of like learn when to joke and when not to joke. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, your boy, when I got started, bro, I didn't want to stop. So when I got there, I was so on, what do you call it? All gas, no brakes. I forfeited the opportunity to come home my first summer. I had so many days of restriction build up. Yeah. So my first summer break, I got there in March, and then that summer you're supposed to come home for the summer. They're like, Miss Singleton, we keeping him because we got some more work to do. I couldn't even go home. I was the only student on campus. The only student.
The whole campus to yourself because you were misbehaving still. When did it click for you?
Exactly.
So tell me. So what was the moment where it said when Jordan said, I gotta get it together. What tell us about that moment? Like, what happened for you?
Man, honestly, it was just different people, man, that poured into me. Like Miss Cozart, man. Yeah, she's the reason, man. I love reading, and I wrote my first book because of her. She taught me like the importance of reading, how to make it fun. Like she told me like they were like guiding me without me realizing they were guiding me. You know what I'm saying? And like they helped me like learn I'm a natural born leader. And so that's where it kind of switched for me. Like instead of me being the troublemaker, like use your voice to lead your peers in the right way. We ended up starting a step team, and in 1 year, after I got there in 7th grade, I think it was just 2 years go by, bro. I won most improved student. You know what I'm saying? Because they helped
Wait,
me
so
like
you
become
went
a
from
leader.
so you went from I'm gonna still cut up. I can't go home my first summer because I'm still showing out to
Yeah,
most improved student. What did that
yeah,
so for you, what did that do for you? Was that part of the turning of hey Jordan's turning the corner?
yeah.
Or how like in that moment, what was that for you?
That was like, oh snap! Like I have a voice. Like I can. That's what I'm saying. Is they helped me become a leader. Like these people actually listening to me. So
Mhm.
I can make people laugh, but they also listen to me. You know what I'm saying? So they would have me lead different things on campus. You know what I'm saying? We had talent shows. You know, I'd be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, you know what? I can do it. Like I can shut up. I can be quiet. I can, because they did like different trips too. Based off behavior. Like we went to Atlanta for skiing, and there was skiing trips in Atlanta and Augusta, Georgia. So that's when it clicked for me. Like, you know what? Like I can do this. Like I don't have to be the class clown. Like I
Right.
literally can like actually talk without making a joke. That's why I had to learn. Like I really can say something without it being jokey. Because they helped me see like through different staff members. You know what I'm saying? They were like, and that was the beauty of the school. Like you had like interacted with a lot of staff. You know what I'm saying? So and they all you eventually gain a relationship with all of them. I
Mhm.
never forget this lady named Miss Styles. Nathan, every day she would ask me, "You still being mean to yourself?" Every day she
Wow.
saw me, bro, like being mean to myself. What is she talking about? It didn't click. And then when I like, I'm being mean to myself. That's why I can't go to rec. That's why I can't go to these trips. That's why I can't go home because I'm still being mean and being destructive to my own self. I can't even blame nobody. And then that's when it's like, you know what, Jordan, just shut up. Jordan, you ain't gotta say that. Jordan, you ain't gotta do that. Then my behavior started changing. Like we had like a not a report card, but like a grading scale as far as behavior wise. So that A's and B's and stuff, they grade you from A to F. Where I
Mhm.
started getting A's and B's. Now I can go on trips. Now I can do different things. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, there's some reward in this. If I can just shut my mouth, it is hard.
Yeah.
If I just don't, you know what I'm saying? If I just learn like, all right, let's wait to after class to tell this joke, or instead of me making a joke while the teacher talking, wait for her to sit down, do what she got to do, and if it come back up, Zinga, I got a one liner for you. You know what I'm saying? That's when I learned how to use my personality the best way. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what made my transition back home a lot easier for me after those 4 years. And so I still would laugh and joke. People still know me as that type of guy. But by the time I got the rough in my junior year, I calmed down a whole lot. But because I learned that when a teacher's teaching is not the best time to tell these jokes, or spit a spitball, and because I was just bored, I was just looking for things to what can Jordan do to have fun, not realizing like, bro, like you need these lessons for, it becoming a man. And so that's when things started changing, realizing like, you know what, that there's now I see why this young lady's being quiet because there's good and not always being the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? I've learned how I could walk into a room and be quiet. Now people not used to that. They be like, "Well, Jordan, you okay?" Yeah, like I've learned. Like let me learn to read the room and then let me work on my leadership skills because I don't always got to be the jokester. 'Cause that's what everybody's used to. Like when Jordan show up, you already know what's up. You already know what type of time we about to have. But I realized like, man, that ain't always have to be the case. And
Right.
so I had to like learn, like, yo, man, it's cool to laugh and joke, man. You got it. You know what I'm saying? That's funny, but I like, all right, Jordan, you ain't gotta say nothing. So because I had to learn like to tone it down because my personality went before me. That's how a lot of people knew me. Even though people didn't know me personally, they heard stories of me. And so that's why, like, when I was back in Walterboro, the teachers didn't have patience for me. They already knew, like, once this boy get in my class, he's not gonna shut up. And the teachers from last year done told me the horror stories, and they didn't have patience for me. So I did that to myself. That's when I had to learn to kind of just fall back. You know what I'm saying? I have to do those things the more I can get attention without being the class clown.
Man, that's good, man. That's good. Me being my mom, education
Yeah,
was her thing
yeah,
forever and forever. Everybody knows BJ Breland, sixth grade campus
yeah,
B. But, I used to, for lack of better words, I used to talk about kids like you. I was like, yo,
yeah,
my mom used to talk like, yeah, they gonna put a label on him. He a
yeah,
bad kid. You're one of
yeah,
the kids that I used to hear the teach, not necessarily you, but your
yeah,
behaviors were
yeah,
things that teachers used to talk about in the teachers' lounge. Man, did you hear about
yeah,
what happened in third period with that? He's just a bad
yeah,
egg. He's not gonna.
Yeah.
And so I know this is not something that we should brag on, but I'm sure there were several that if they could see you now, they'd probably be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because they probably, I'm sure of it. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
No, Jordan, not, no, he not, no,
Mm-hmm.
Putting your name on the board for permanent detention and,
Yeah.
oh, he can't come in my class. Like, it's about that time for school to start now. And the teachers probably would have been sitting there right now looking at their roster saying,
Yeah.
Singleton, yes, but,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because I remember the impact that you made, but now, it is so, again, it is so cool, man. As we get older, to be able to, those points of impact back in those days were painful moments, but
Mhm.
now to be able to, God is so strategic with how he does that stuff with us.
Yeah.
He allows us to have those painful moments and grow from them, and then now take a look back and say, boy.
Yeah.
And now you can draw upon those things, and that's why it's so important. Man, it's awesome. I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am so full of them, so full right now, because I'm like, man, I remember, because Collin
Yeah.
County is isolated. For people that don't know,
Yeah.
you had Ruffin High School and you had Walterboro, but that's it.
Yeah.
It's not like
That's
Greenville
it.
that you got
Only two.
1,001 schools you can transfer to.
Mhm.
There's not that many opportunities. It's either you get it right at this school or you go down there, and if you don't get it right
Yeah.
out there, it's alternative. And if you can't
Yeah.
get it out of there, man, you gonna have to get on up out of here. Like, we ain't finna
Yeah.
deal with it. So
Correct.
coming from where we've come from, and you being super successful, and I'm excited for that. Your book is out. I got to get a copy
Yeah.
of that, because I
Yeah.
definitely want to support that. And it's awesome. And I'm sure if there were some teachers on this live or this repost that
Yeah.
saw this, they would be like, that's not the same kid I remember.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would have plenty to
Yeah.
say, and I'm sure they'd have stuff to say
Yeah.
about me. I told
Yeah.
somebody the other day about what happened with me at my, how crazy is it to be a teacher's kid and get in trouble at the same school that she
Yeah.
teaches at? You gotta be a fool. Like, big
Yeah.
time
I
fool.
understand. I understand.
Like,
I understand, man.
got in trouble at the school,
Yeah.
knowing she
Mhm.
right down the hall.
Mhm.
You a fool.
Yeah. Yeah.
James Marie,
I was.
Josh
Yeah.
Blake, Morgan McDaniel, all us right there teaching kids, we getting in trouble at Campus B. No,
Yes,
we're
sir.
not gonna go see Mr. McKinnon. They're gonna write it
Yeah.
up, but they're gonna send us right down to that classroom to have a conversation. And it ain't
Yeah.
gonna be but a brief conversation. Don't worry, I'm gonna see you after school. And that's the
Yeah.
worst thing ever. I'm gonna see you
Yeah.
after school, because you already know. And all other kids like, ooh, you already know.
Yeah.
So, man,
Yeah,
our
man.
lives, if people really could just take a walk through our shoes back in Colleton
Yeah.
County in the days that we went through, man, they'd be like, man, y'all,
Yeah.
okay, really
Mhm.
success.
That's why I'm
So,
grateful.
yeah,
None of
man.
my children went to school there. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it, bro, the impact I had. They would have already been marked already. Oh, this Jordan's son. They would
Yep.
never give my children a chance. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's tough.
And then no, it's funny now. I
Yeah.
don't know if you heard me tell this story, bro. I got suspended from Sunday school.
Jordan,
Yeah.
tell the people. Please tell us
Yeah.
how do you manage?
Yeah.
Now this is new.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock in because I got to hear this.
Yeah. So I'm where am I? Is this before? This is. I think I think if I'm not mistaken, bro, I wasn't even home the whole year. I think it was like during the summer break. I came home and I was just giving the Sunday school teacher the business. You know what I'm saying? I go in, I'm over talking her. I'm telling her the Bible, because you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the Bible, even from a young age, I always thought it interesting. And so, I had my own little twist and my little ways of telling stories to make it relatable and funny. But like I said, I didn't know how to control it. I was just coming in there just giving her the business. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I was just having fun. What I thought, at the same time, like it was like pushing her to the limits, bro. I remember her sending me down, bro, to the pastor office, doing Sunday school. And then, like, hey, Pastor Carter, like, I heard that you. I said, yeah, we having fun. I'm not thinking nothing of it because we just having fun. So he was like, just next Sunday, just don't worry about coming.
They don't want you at the church. You get
Yeah.
kicked out the
I
home,
said,
man. No.
so I couldn't, so I'm like, damn, I got suspended for Sunday school. So I ain't said nothing. So this is probably my first time my family hearing this. So I still get back on the Sunday school bus this next Sunday. I just don't go to class. I'm just walking around. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't go to class. But yeah, man, Miss Edelman, man, I remember her, man, like giving her the
Yeah.
business, man. Like it was just, I was just relentless. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember when I came home. I think I was like my junior high school. So I'm back home, going through changes. And so I see her. So I'm like, oh, that's Miss Edelman. Like I want to go say hello, bro. When I tapped that lady's shoulder, she turned around, bro, like she saw a ghost. Because I think she had flashbacks of me as a student. You know what I'm saying? And if she didn't catch
Trauma.
herself, but she was about to strike that cigarette up in the church. You know what
Oh
I'm
my
talking about?
goodness.
Because
The
yeah, I
trauma.
gave her the business, man. So yeah, man, I was like, dang, Jordan, like, 'cause I just wanted to play. I just wanted to play. Every place I went, bro, was a playground to me. And I want to make sure my peers had a good laugh. And I was a talk of the town. I just want to have a good time. Like you remember me, man. You never know Jordan got in no fight. I
No.
just want to play.
Yeah.
And like you said, I hit on what you said earlier, bro. Like there were parents that wouldn't let their children be friends with me. You would have you, Maurice Whittington, Jason Brown,
Mhm.
Ryan Frazier, were the only cats that I can really hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, Jordan who? Nah, he ain't coming over here. Bro, I couldn't even go to like birthday parties. You know what I'm saying? They're like, he come over, he about to act a complete fool. And like I said, my
Mm.
thing was I just want to have fun. And so because people didn't really know me, they knew of me in the stories they told, like, you know what I'm saying, that went before me. So like I say, man, like your parents, I appreciate that. I appreciate Mr. Whittington let me go to my house and, you know what I'm saying, stay the night with him. Jason Brown stayed around the corner for me. Oh yeah, Marcus Johnson, man, like my little brother. And Ryan
Mhm.
Frazier, man, that's only like the people that I really couldn't go around. Like I wasn't like invited a lot of places because they were like, he come here, he gonna be a terror. I was like, man, I just want to have a good time. And so, and that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what I'm thankful now. Like my 4 boys are not in Walterboro, man, because it wouldn't be fair to them, you know what I'm saying, for the path they would have to go through because of the foolishness their daddy did.
Right.
But like even my classmates, I mean, you can imagine my classmates are teachers. So they like Jordan's son, you know what I'm saying? Like, there would have been a natural reaction. I couldn't be mad at them because they remember how his dad was. And like I said, because by me leaving, nobody knew the new Jordan I was becoming. So they just
Yeah.
remember the bad Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, so I'm just like I said, there's home is home, but like I said, I left a real bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. I was grateful that I was able to see some teachers before they passed away. Talk to them, thank them. You know what I'm saying, give them their flowers. And it was just just realizing like, man, like Jordan, you was a handful. You
Mm.
know, yeah, just going through that, man. And another problem I was facing that we don't talk about, or I didn't get the proper help because before I left to go to boarding school, Nathan, my grandfather passed.
Yeah.
So just dealing with that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was close to my grandfather. Then while I'm at boarding school, one of my best friend, Trell Brown, drowned. And also another one of my brothers almost drowned, my dude Ryan. But Trell got caught by undercurrent. You know what I'm saying? I think that same thing that happened to Mr. Malcolm recently. Even though you can swim, bro, when them undercurrent catches you, bro, you panic, you know what I'm saying? You trying to fight against it and you start cramping and you lose, some ability to move. And then my dad passed when I came from boarding school when I was at, when after schools come together. So when I'm going through all this, bro, I'm losing 3 people I lost and I love probably within like a 5 to 6 year span, no counseling. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, Jordan, fine. You know what I'm saying? I really wasn't. I thought I was, but I would just have these emotions and feelings, man. I didn't know what they were because I didn't get the proper help. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
trying to process 3 funerals, bro, from the age of what, 13 to 17?
Mm-hmm.
You know what
That's
I'm
a lot.
saying? That wasn't, yeah, it was. You know what I'm saying? Because I lost my granddaddy. So my family, they're like, all right, he cool. You know what I'm saying? They try to do their thing. But then I get to boarding school. You got that group trying to help you out because your best friend passed. And then I get back home, lose my daddy. So they're like, all right, we're going to help him. He's fine. But I didn't get the proper help I needed. You know what I'm saying? I just had to, and I realized that as an adult, like, man, like I really needed some help. Like I was grieving without knowing I was grieving. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm missing my dad. I'm named after him. You know what I'm saying? So going through that, you know what I'm saying? As an adult, I realize now, and I just want to tell parents, man, talk to your children. They're going through things, even if it's just an auntie or whoever passed, like talk to them because it's affecting them in different ways that you may not realize. And as a child, sometimes they can't convey that message. But you see your child like he's not as jokey no more. He want to be isolated. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign he needs help. Like put your phone down as a parent and talk to your child. Get him counseling. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to process something without, he don't know how to tell you. He don't know how to tell you that, you know what I'm saying? He's going through this because he see how you yell at you. He see how you yell at his dad and his brother. So why would he want to open up to mom and dad, vice versa? So I'm telling you, man, I just want to just stress this to parents, man. Learn to just pick up on your child body cue, the body language. You know what I'm saying? Like he's slumping down. You know what I'm saying? He using a few words now, man. Like parents, you got to tap in. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I told my son they think I be playing, even though they don't live with me, and they may not understand what I'm saying. Like, bro, you're not getting the door in your room until you're 18. You know what I'm saying? I just need to come in. You know what I'm saying? I want to put my eyes on you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we gotta do as parents, man. Like you saying, you doing stuff with your children, and then too, man, reward your children too, man, when they're trying their best. Like, stop thinking because my children may never equate to my niece Kayla, bro. Like Kayla got all A's because she's just a brilliant young lady. So I can't compare my sons to my niece. My children are my children. Like, so when they do, man, they make their B's and C's. Man, tell your parents, take the time. It's just new school year is coming. Congratulate them, man. Tell them what a good job they're doing. Like, post them on social media. Like, even if they get third place in a science fair, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, put that out there, man. Because don't just put them out there when you start school when they got Nikes and polos on, the fresh dreads. That's cool, but also like post their accolades. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let people know like what your child is doing, man. Brag on your child. Your children need that from you, man. I'm just saying. I say that because I see it where parents don't do these things and I see the outcome, because when I was in Memphis and moving forward, I worked at a program where we mentor young men on house arrest. I did that for, I think a year or two. Bro, so you see it, man, where you got to be a parent, man. Like to be a parent and a phenomenal parent, bro, it only takes time. You know what I'm saying? Like make movie night. You know what I'm saying? Bring your children to the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Like make meals together. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find time. Like I understand you're busy, you're working, I get it. Your children need you too. If you're putting in 40 hours at work, 48 hours at work, how much time you putting in at home? You know what I'm saying? Because the reason I said it because I knew what that was like. No, mama didn't working job. My dad's not there. So I'm just in the streets. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God, I didn't become a drug dealer or nothing, but I was out there just having a good time chasing women. That was my addiction. You know what I'm saying? Between 19 and about 20, 24. Because, you know what I'm saying? When I'm come home, my mama's not there. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating dinner by myself. I got a house full of people, bro. We not a family though. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting on a sofa eating supper. Like there's nobody sitting down talking to me, see how Jordan's doing. And I ain't asking them how they doing. But I'm telling you, man, as parents, relatives, man, like we got to get back to checking up on one another, like tapping into one another. Hey, you crossed my mind, nephew. How you doing? Because, man, those checkups, you don't know what that child is going through at school, man. That child could be having anxiety. They don't know what anxiety is. They having depression because they having to take a test and different things. They don't know the feelings. But if you text them, man, I know they're not supposed to have their phone like that. But if you can send a quick text, baby, I love you. Auntie loves you. Man, I can't wait to see you. Like those things matter, man. Like show up for your children events too, bro. Like I understand you got to work. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you also need a village. Just if Nate can't make it to his son's track meet, his wife going, his sister going. I seen the video. You sound like his sister was cheering as loud as anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Screaming his
Yeah,
name.
yeah, man. And I'm telling you, man, that's beautiful, man. Even little man, like he was tired, bro. When he heard his sister, voice, bro, he found sixth gear. I watched the video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm cheering from down here. That's why I made a comment, man. Like I'm saying, parents, man, we got to become parents again. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm about to say can be very controversial. You can take it however you want to. Your child is not your friend. That's your child.
That's it.
Set boundaries. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Oh, I got an open door policy. That door can be open door. But when mommy and daddy in that room, like it's certain things, like past 10 o'clock, bro, like not saying you can't talk to us, but we got to set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like I see people all the time. You know what I'm saying? My little 6-year-old, my best friend, bro, you 38. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand you love your child. I'm not saying, man, you do anything for your child, but you got to set boundaries and rules and regulations in your house, man. Like your child is your child. There's nothing wrong with laughing and joking, you know what I'm saying? But just what you have periods for. and that's why they have peers. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta, cause I see it, man. Where parents are best friends with their child, bro. It don't always end up good because when it's come time to chastise and talk to your child to correct them, bro, they standing toe to toe because you ain't never set no boundaries.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Because the
saying? So I
approach.
just want to say that you got to, bro.
Absolutely.
Set the rules, man. Like, listen, I'm mommy. You my son, you my daughter, but we're gonna spend time together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's something you want to do, man. Like, like with this school coming up for everybody, just come up with a family plan to where we can be there for our children. If we can't be there, uncles and aunties, man, we're taking time out for one another, man, because these children need us, man. We can't continue to allow social media, TikTok and Facebook and Instagram to raise our children, man. We got to be locked in with our children. So when my son head is down and he feeling his shoulders, you know what I'm saying? I was about to touch one another. Hey, Si, talk to daddy. What's wrong? Bro, let's talk, man. I'm paying attention. Y'all got to pay attention, man. I'm not saying, and I'm not, there's some phenomenal parents. Kudos to you. But there's also parents that we know we can improve. And so I just want to let y'all guys know y'all got this. You don't got to continue second guessing yourself. You're a phenomenal mom. You're a great dad. You are. You're doing there's no book that came with your child when it, at birth. When that baby came out, there was no book coming with it. So
Yep.
that's it. You got it, man. You got your fatherly instincts. You got your motherly instincts. And I promise you, man, just give it your best shot. Just as long as you know you're doing the best with your child, bro, that goes a long way, man. So that's I'm on my soapbox on that one.
No, man, you dropping nuggets, man. I mean, you said some powerful things there. The social media movement is, every time you go down the street, you see somebody with their phone and they're
yeah,
doing this,
yeah,
or they
yeah,
and great. A lot of people don't watch cable TV and they get a lot of the information age is still huge right now, and we get a lot of that from our phones. But there has to be a
yeah,
time where we tap in to our youth and find out
mhm,
what's going on, because when we
yeah,
don't, they find outlets, they find other
yeah,
ways to channel what they're experiencing, and then you're in a state of shock when, oh, my child did XYZ, and you're like, wait, how, what? You
yeah,
miss the moment. And that's a phrase I say a lot. Be in the moment.
yeah,
I have small children, and do I fuss? Yes. But I'm like, man, I'm gonna give them a little grace today. Because at some
yeah.
point they're not gonna be small children. They're
No,
not
they're
gonna
not.
they're not gonna be in my household to make that
Yeah,
mess. And they're gonna be
yeah,
gone. And I'm gonna miss them leaving their shoes on the step. I'm gonna wish that they
yeah,
were here to put their shoes on the step. I'm gonna wish
mhm,
that they left their
yeah,
clothes on the bathroom floor. As much as it would annoy me to go
yeah,
in or tell them, hey, go get your clothes. Oh wait, now I don't have that. So the
yeah,
cultivating of the relationship, the boundaries, the pouring into, is it's only you only got a little. In the kid's godfather says it all the time. Raising is over at certain points.
yeah,
Now you're just giving them instruction. Hey, this what hey, if I were you,
yeah,
I would or I would not. At some point, you
yeah,
got to say, hey, you got to go ahead and get it on by yourself and figure it out. I'm just going to be a soft landing for you. But
mhm,
at some point, life is going to give you a hard no. So it is
mhm.
important, like you said, give these kids what they need while they're developing. Because if you don't, the world has a crazy way
Yes, sir.
of
Yes,
giving it to
sir.
them. And then
Yes,
when it's
sir.
in there, you
Yeah,
you know it takes a hard no. Like, I don't want to be extreme, but it may take jail, it may take
yeah,
prison, it may take
mhm,
something that they don't come back from. And
yeah,
that's the most extreme. But if we get it, if we stay in the moment, and because social media will be there, these kids,
yeah,
that relationship time is only for a short time, and then they go out and they represent you. And I tell you, you're not
yeah,
going. I have a friend from the Low Country who I also had opportunity to coach with. She's from
yeah,
she's from Beaufort, and you know how the Low Country, we're famous for the way we speak. She said, "You ain't
yeah,
gonna make me shame," and proud she's that. She's gonna know I'm talking about her, Coach Smalls. You ain't gonna, but that's how
yeah,
you're not gonna shame your folks, because they know, like
yeah,
they know who your parents are, and
mhm,
this the shroud of guilt, like, man, oh, there's Jordan's parents, oh wait, there's Nathan Breland's
yeah,
parents, oh gosh, their child is terrible. You don't want
yeah,
that for them. So if you take the time and instill, there's are they still gonna make their own decision? Yes, but hey, I did my best, just like you said. If you're doing your best and you're giving them what they need, and they still make the
mhm,
decisions on their own, then at the point of responsibility, it's excuse me, it's on them at that point. Hey, I've done the best that
Yeah.
I could with them. Sometimes you have to
Mhm.
let them go astray, and God will bring them back. But you always keep praying for them.
Yeah.
Stay in the moment and check in on them. I told a guy today, man, he's got a brother who's 28 years old and smart as a whip, A's and B's in school. He was telling us about it, and he's like, "Yeah, my brother, he's been staying on my cousin's couch for a year. He won't even get a job. He won't even do this. He won't even do that." And I looked at him, and our leader said, "But you still need to be there for him because you're his brother."
Yeah.
And he just kind of was like, "I'm not responsible."
Yeah.
But and she said to him, "What if something? My sister's dead. I wish I had." You don't want to
Yeah.
have those regret moments. So staying in the moment as a parent is essential, but also cultivating the relationships and making sure that you do set healthy boundaries will help them set
Yeah.
the healthy boundaries when they go off to school and meet, potential boyfriend, potential girlfriend, potential
Mhm.
husband, potential wife. They understand and how to, navigate people, because we really are the only blueprint that they're going to have if
Correct.
we that well the blueprint that we want them to follow,
Mhm.
not something that they just learned off the street, and then they're out there and then we got to come fix some things, and it's like,
Yeah.
man, no, man. But
Yeah.
then as a parent, you're like, man, I wish I would have just taken the time. I missed that.
Mhm.
You're doing a great
Yeah.
job, parents that's going to watch this live. We've been on for about an hour and 11 minutes. Thank y'all for the folks that have come on and liked and shared. I appreciate it. This is Jordan Singleton, y'all, my homie from home.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you watch this live, I just encourage you as well, as school gets ready to come back, make those family plans like Jordan is talking about. Have those family meetings. That's something that I can instill with my kids. They're still young. We did it a couple times, but we fell off of it. And
Yeah.
they were open to it. Talk about the bills, talk about the chores, talk about how they can earn money, because then they understand, yes, you can, even if you are a millionaire, bazillionaire family, they still need to know, hey, I need to know how to have some life skills, because money is not going to solve it all. And as we can see, millionaires can have it all and they lose their life just like the common folk. So
Yeah.
teach your
Yeah.
kids what they need to know so that when they step out into this world, they can be productive. They can, they're going to make mistakes, folks. I made mistakes. Jordan's made mistakes. We're not perfect. No one
Yeah.
is. But it's
Yeah.
important, as you just mentioned, man, just
Yeah.
stay in the moment, give them what they need so that they can not be an embarrassment to you. And then you have that shroud of guilt that, hey, I didn't teach my kid anything. And look how much of a screw up they are. And you having to
Yeah.
talk to them behind a glass, or you having to visit them in a graveyard. Out, it's crazy. I just thought about that. That's crazy that came up. I had a cousin, best friend. She was my best friend. I was always getting in trouble with her as a kid, and I've been in Greenville now. I think this is 8-9 years or so. But she died in 2009, and it hurt bad, Jordan. And I knew she was buried up here, but I didn't remember where the graveyard was. So I did an event this last weekend, and I drove by and I was like, "There it is. That's the graveyard." So I went and I visited her, and I just was like, I found, I had to call her daughter to find it in the graveyard. But then I just took a moment. I just walked around and I just looked at the headstones.
Mhm.
Born in 1996, born in
Mhm.
2000, born in 2001. I'm just like, goodness gracious. I'm
Yeah.
like, these are babies. The day of seeing people live to our grandparents' age, and Big Mama and Papa and Granddaddy,
Yeah.
man, they're not reaching that. And and yes, times are different, and I understand now that I'm still pretty traditional with things. I try to be anyway. I
Mhm.
believe in those raisins and keeping things kind of yes, ma'am, no, sir, those types of things. But, you know, kids aren't making it to that day and age, and it's scary. And it drives me to keep pushing. Uh, I have, I have sons, I have daughters, and I'm like, man, I know I'm tough on them, but I
Mhm.
feel like if I don't give it to them now, they're gonna run into some sapsucker in the street that's gonna run
Mhm.
over them,
Yeah.
and they're not gonna be productive, man. So I feel like, and people say, man, you really, yes, I am tough on my kids. I am. I still love on them, but I feel like if I don't
Mhm.
love on them with discipline, if I don't love on them with redirection, that the world's gonna teach it to him, and then
Hmm.
I gotta chase my kid, and then I gotta deal with the shroud, and you having boys. Especially with one carrying your name, that
Yeah.
is one. That's a huge blessing, but he gotta know, hey man, somebody somewhere remembers the Jordan that your daddy used to be, man.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be nothing but like you ain't gonna be nothing but a screw up, just like your daddy.
Yeah.
You don't want
Yeah.
that. So he may know your luck, what you've done, but to have those boys, man, that's such a beautiful legacy that you're gonna leave when we get up out of here. And I know your book, your podcast, the panels, everything that you're doing now, you're rewriting your history
Yeah.
because it's like what is it? Uh People will, and I know people do this still. They address you from where they met you.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
don't know. So a lot of people right now that have not seen that Jordan that went through everything that he went through,
Yeah.
came back home new. They didn't get to meet the new. They still, oh, that's Jordan. Man, that dude ain't nothing but a class clown.
Yeah.
He a clown, man. Don't take that guy serious at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
reinvented yourself, and that is why you had to be the first because I tied
Yeah.
it all in, bro. I should have named this podcast "The Reinvention of Jordan Singleton."
Yeah.
Missed
Yeah.
it. I
You're
missed the
right.
moment. I could have put that out
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
but that might be your
Yeah.
next
That's
book,
what.
man. That might be your next
Yeah.
book right there.
Yeah,
But
man. Because that's funny you said that, man. Because that's what happened when I went home for my 20th class union.
oh
Like,
gosh,
you know what I'm saying? People got stories like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan, I remember when, like, I remember that too, but bro, that's 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I've grown since then. You know what I'm saying? Even when I go home, everybody like see running to people. Hey Jordan, man, you remember when? I'm like, yeah, I remember that we had a good time. But like, what are you doing now though? You know what I'm saying? Like, what memories are you making now? And so, yeah, it happens, man. And I know it's gonna happen because, like, so like I said earlier, man, I was like a Tasmanian devil, man. I was in everything, having a good time, and so that's what people remember. Like, they don't, some people don't want to see you grow. You know what I'm saying?
no,
And unfortunately, man, they do it out of the mindset of jealousy and envy. As long as they're ahead of somebody, they feel cool. But like when you start improving and making something different, you know what I'm saying? And that's where the problem coming at. You know what I'm saying? Because like when we were writing our book,
there it is.
like
Here's your copy.
the comments, Jordan, who you think you are writing the book? But I was like, you know what? Because of my relationship with Christ, like, man, it's a blessing to do it. I think you can do it too. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to watch how I respond. Because
Right.
like, first of all, why you coming to me like that? But like you say, it's Jordan. Like, why is he writing books? Why is he moving up in management? You know what I'm saying? Why does he have the things that he have? I had to work for what I have. And I'm grateful, man. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. When you ask about what's been the biggest things to help change me, it has been God miracles. And I
Mm.
say that for my sons,
Mm-hmm.
17 years old, after football practice. Um, I go home, my testicles killing me. Bro, it's just something ain't right. So I can't even take I had to come home in my football pants, bro. I couldn't even take my pants off. That's how much
Wow.
pain I was in.
Wow.
So I'm sitting home. I said, bro, this ain't gonna work. We had a revival going on at church.
Mm-hmm.
Girl across the street. Hey, Miss Brilliant, man, I need you to take me to church where my mom at. Like something ain't right. I walk in the church, bro, doing revival. Hey, mom, you gotta take me to the hospital. This is going on during revival. He said, what's wrong? I said, mom, you gotta take me to the
Mm-hmm.
hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Get to the hospital. Doctors run tests. They said, hey, you have a condition to where your body thinks as you're getting older, you're creating semen. They feel like it's a bacteria attacking your body. So
Oh
the
wow.
more semen you create, the more your body fights it. So there's nothing that we can do to fix this. More than likely, because you can't have surgery to fix it, there's no pills to fix it, you would never have children. That's what he
Mm.
tells me at 17. So now there's some stages to this. So I'm taking it in at 17. I'm not sexually active at the time. So Nate, when your boy does get sexually active, that's my number one line to go to. Or I can't have babies. I'm
Right,
using that
right,
as my
right, right, right.
as
Because
my thing. You know what I'm
I
saying?
already said,
I'm like,
yeah, right.
what you mean you can't have babies, girl? Girl, listen, we don't need no condoms, we don't need nothing. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, being transparent. This is my thinking. Like, girl, let me show you. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was just wow for a while. So do that, you know what I'm saying? That's another reason I can't live in Walterboro. Because the stupid stuff I was doing, man. But life happened.
Right.
Even leaving Walterboro, meeting my wife. Yeah, that's why I still call her my wife, man. But anyway, she's a woman of faith, man. She taught me how to really read the Bible, how to pray, how to fast. Like she really taught me. Because there's a point of our marriage, bro. I tell people, man, we were so broke we couldn't afford the pork and beans. We just couldn't afford the juice off the pork and beans to put on the rice.
Wow.
But we were broke, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember when we moved to Mississippi, we found out she got paid once a month. So we needed a new battery, we needed some gas, and we like, which one we leaned on family? Like, look, we have financial problems. And so we started fasting, I think June, first week of June, no TV. Second week of June, no meat. And then the second and third and fourth week, we do no meat, no TV. Because we were like, yo, that was the hardest thing we ever went through together. And so this is going on. And so this is when the faith coming in. I'm telling you some stuff, bro, that people don't even know. So you got me talking now. So something happens to where the enemy attacks my wife's body. She has a situation that we don't even know where it comes from. So she's questioning me. She's like, Jordan, you cheating on me? I said, no, I ain't cheating on you. She said, well, the doctor said, I got this situation. Only way it comes from a sexually transmitted disease. I said, I didn't do anything. My wife leaves me, bro. She leaves me. And I'm trying to figure out life like my wife is gone. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, listen, don't take the medicine and watch how God heal you. That's the only way I can show you that I didn't do anything. She's like, okay. I said, you got to trust me. She don't take the medicine. She never takes the medicine. She's healed, bro. She go back to the doctor. They don't even find anything.
That's God.
So she comes home and she teaches me how to pray. And so one of my favorite Bible stories in the Old Testament, there's a guy who owed a debt. And so he had to go borrow an axe from somebody because he had to go work his debt off. As he's swinging the axe head flies off. And so now he feels he's about to get killed. He's like, bro, I need your help, man. Like, I don't know where the axe head at. The guy says, throw it where you think he went, throw a limb. He said, what is that going to do? He said, just throw the limb. So when he threw the limb near the head, the axe head, it floated. So even thinking about it, there's no way an axe head is supposed to float on water. So I was like, that story always stuck out to me. So then I learned about Lazarus. So I'm like, all right, Jesus, if you could bring Lazarus from the dead, you can make an axe head float. Where's my miracle?
Right.
God, your word says, if I bring a word back to you, then, you know what I'm saying, we can make some things shake, but it's all about faith. Right. So, bro, I go through this period, bro. I'm just trusting God. No medicine, no surgery. I said, God, I have 10 fingers, 10 toes, good heartbeat. It's a boy. Time go by. One morning, she screamed. I'm like, what happened to her? She in the bathroom. I'm going there. There's like 3 pregnancy tests on the bathroom counter. Yes, sir. I said, all right. So I leave her in there. And I was like, all right, God, step 1. Time go by. Everything's great. Everything's going good. So her late dad, he was there with us at the time, and so her mom. And they're like, you want to know what you having? We were like, yeah, we want to know what we're having. She said, oh, it's a boy. All right, phase 2. I said, all right, God, you bring this on home. I don't have a home. I don't have anything to give you. The only thing I got is my beard. I had like a long beard. Before having a beard and bald head was a cool thing. She was a trooper, man. She went 42 weeks. No, she didn't complain, even though her ankles would swell, her back was hurting, but she wanted to have a VBAC, which is like a vaginal birth after with like some kind of medical condition because she had fibroids. And I just want let me pause right there. Women, take care of yourself. Those fibroids come up. I know it's a conversation that y'all afraid to have. You know, it's something that's popular, man. White and black women, a lot of races are having them. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, have those conversations with other women's, man. Like there are women out there that are dealing with this in silence, and they shouldn't, because other women's went through it too.
Yeah.
She had fibroids, bro, like the size of softballs, from
Yeah.
softballs to golf ball. And so she was like, she wanted to, you know, say have a baby traditional way, but you know, we wasn't ever blessed to do that, so we had to do the C-section, whatever. Sai, that's what his nickname is, Sai, man. He came out, brother. Just watching God perform that miracle, man. To do what man said cannot be possible.
Mm-hmm.
He did it 4 times over, man.
Mm.
And so that's where my joy comes from. Knowing
Yeah.
that you know what I'm saying, like you touched on it too, man. Like my history, how I grew up in Walterboro, wasn't destined to be much. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, not everybody, a lot of people, because of my own doing, counted me out. So nobody really had faith in me. And to see now, I'm a father of four healthy sons, man. My oldest, bro, he won his spelling bee at the school and came in second in the district. You know what I'm saying? At 9. He's a brilliant boy. And that's what makes me keep going, bro. Like I have these blessings. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing, if man would have written my story, it'd have been over a long time ago.
Wow.
But I'm so glad,
I gotta
man.
write that down.
God
Hold
saw
on. Put a
fit.
pause on that.
Yeah.
If man, say it again for the people in the comment section. If
Yeah.
man
If,
would
if
have
man
written,
would have wrote my story, it'd been over a long time ago. The end. But God saw
that's
fit.
supposed period dot.
Yeah. God saw fit. Let his son Jesus come down, die on that cross for me, and give me a chance at living. So, bro, I'm grateful, man. You know, little town of Walterboro, man, the AGM, 4 healthy sons, like an author now, going back to school, man, a successful podcast. Like, you know, these things, man, I had my partner that write books, man, he took on a interview with Showtime for us, man. So when we writing plays, man, we putting on different shows in Walterboro, man. So that's what keep me going. Cause I know, man, like you said, bro, I had to rewrite my history. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm doing it, man, because for one, I love where I'm from, and I'm showing them, bro, you can do it too. If they counted me out, bro, I didn't even graduate, bro. I ended up getting my GED. That's all I have behind my name. You know what I'm saying? But I'm grateful when somebody gave me an opportunity, I took it and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? And even like I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. Man, you got me talking, boy. I remember when I was in college, bro. Like you gotta understand, bro. Like my path, bro. Like it ain't normal. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I got to give all glory to God. That's why I'm glad I never pledged. I never joined Mason, because I don't want you to give nothing else glory besides my name, besides God, bro. The blood that his son shed for me on that cross. Bro, your boy, bro, I was so active. That's the word I'm going to use. I was active. First
Mm-hmm.
of all, your boy was the school mascot when I was in college, bro. That's how out there I was.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I was a part of one of the biggest calamities ever to happen at a school, bro. I helped ruin a beauty pageant. You know how back in the day, Jet had a beauty pageant for the HBCUs and they had different
Yeah.
colleges? Bro,
Yeah.
I helped ruin mine. Dog, I was
Wow.
at the point of meeting with the school president, bro, every week, bro.
Mm.
So don't tell me what he can't do if you just, first of all, take accountability. I was wrong, a lot of things I was doing.
Yeah.
And then he started putting people around me, like my ex-wife, man, to show me, like, you don't have to do these things. Like, you can change. You can just trust him. And so I stopped, like, with cable, bro. The whole time we were married 15 years, bro, we never had cable. Like, we had like Bible study, and I was, in these different groups with men that was pouring into me. So that's what helped me change as well. Like, I stopped paying attention to the TV. I stopped doing a lot of things. I was like just focusing on God's word, man. And that's what propelled me um in a lot of the changes that I made, bro. Like I was just reading Corinthians, and I'm like, oh, Ephesians. I'm like, bro, I'm broken. Bro, I have people follow me, bro. I'm a horrible leader. And so when you started changing who you are, man, and you started really like focusing on God's word, bro, that's where the change come at. And that's what happened for me, man. That's how I had sons, man. Just taking God's word back to him and having stupid faith. You know what I'm saying? Believing that this doctor, who's been a doctor for several years and several doctors, they told me this thing cannot be done, and being done. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where my joy come in. That's what I started. That's where my character and those things started changing, man. Cause like, you know what, God used me as a vessel. You know what I'm saying? And it just, I'm just grateful, man, that again, man, he never gave up on me. People like you, man, has been my friend for years. And the beauty of it, Nathan, you choose to be my friend. That means a
Oh yeah,
lot. You know what I'm saying? You
sure.
choose to check up on me, man. And just going, man, it's just, man, his grace is so sufficient, man. And I'm so glad it never runs out. You know what I'm saying? And it sometimes, bro, we be like the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? He take us from one place to another that we grumble that we're not back in slavery with what we're comfortable with. God took the Israelites, bro, to they had manna, everything every morning, manna and dew. They were so ungrateful they wanted to go back to slavery. You know what I'm saying? That's how I operate, bro. Like I couldn't appreciate where I was. Like, you know,
Hmm.
God, I don't want to be this guy that's always talking about you. God, I kind of like, I want to go back to, you know what I'm saying, blending in with everybody. I don't want to be forthcoming about you. He's like, all right, you can do one or two ways. Either you're going to do it or you're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
I'm so grateful, man, that he never gave up. And God, I mean, I'm telling, listen, as you listen to me talk, man, you know, just know that he loves you. He's there. You know what I'm saying? People around you love you and they care. Just, and you got sometime, man, you got to have stupid faith. If you applying for that job, you know what I'm saying? Look at your resume, doctor that thing up, and you don't got to use AI. You have the brain and the ability to do these things. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing right quick. I'm going to put a little pin. I'm going to come back to that. I interview people and I do the application, bro, at work. I'm the first process of you trying to get a job in my hotel. I know an AI generated uh, application and resume. You don't have to do that, guys. You are smart enough. You have the resources. That's what Google is for. You don't need these things. Like even if you need structure a sentence, that's what Microsoft Word is for. Like you don't need AI to make you think you are smart. That's what I'm getting at. You have everything that you need. You're equipped to do the job. Stop letting people tell you that you need AI to word a document and do these different things. Take the time because when you do the particular job, the task you need to do, you appreciate the outcome. Because if you just
That's
have to do something, you just let AI do it, you don't appreciate it because you didn't put the blood, sweat, and tears into it. Like I seen a post the other day say we had to write the first graph and turn around and write the second graph, but it made us great
right.
writers. It helped us think. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like I can actually say, bro, we wrote a book, no AI involved. We did self-publishing. We did self-editing. You know what I'm saying? We have it here. Like, don't think that you don't have enough. That's when you seek God. Like, God, I need help with this. Like I said, bro, when I first had my son, bro, I didn't want to cuss no more. I said, God, I don't want to talk like the world. So he taught me, he's giving me different words, man, increase my vocabulary. So I don't have to sound like the world. That's a goal of mine. And I'm telling you, man, if you want God to do it, seek him and he will, man. Just and it's his timing, but you got to put the work in, man. Faith without work is dead. So I said all
That's
that to say, man, like that's where I get my joy and my happiness from, man. Like I am so grateful, man, that I was able to do these things and give him the glory with it all, man. I couldn't move through life without the Holy Spirit, man. I'm just as my decision making is still horrible at 41. But the Holy Spirit, man, guides me, man. I'm being sensitive and letting them roll, man. I just want to let you guys, man, just be encouraged. Don't quit. Don't give up. No matter what the news is telling you, no matter what's going on in the world. Like, listen, when you lock in with God and you fully trust what his son did for you on that cross, and you pray for guidance of the Holy Spirit and it's things that you want to work on. Like it may get uncomfortable because you're seeking him for certain things. The enemy just not gonna let God just bless you and give you these things you're asking for. He's gonna fight tooth and nail. It's like he fought Jesus on that mountain. You know, he gave Jesus three things. If you jump, I give you this, and if you eat this, you know. So if he tempted Jesus, who you think you are? But
right.
stay strong. Find circles, man, that you can just talk to about these things. You can cry, talk to, man, be hugged on, man. Like, and then if you don't take nothing else from this show, just know that he's real. He loves you, and you can just trust him, man. Like I say, I can show pictures of my sons, man. Those are four miracles, bro. Your man can't even explain. My son beating cancer, man. You can't explain that. You know, he still got both of his eyes. Yeah, he may have scar tissues and like I said, the fluid on his eye, but God gonna bring him through that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there are days I cry. There are days, man, I don't want to take another step because I'm just drained emotionally. But my brother texted me, man, you good? I needed that. And I'm
Yeah.
just saying, man, don't give up. You got this, man. Keep fighting. Celebrate your victory, even while you're in the midst of the storm, because you're gonna
That's
come out
good.
on the other end. Just stick with it, man. I promise you, man. If you can just
Good.
stick with it for 30 days, I promise
That's
you,
it.
bro. 30 days. I'm one of Nathan friends on Facebook and everything he does. So find me, and I promise you, bro. If you trust God for 30 days, you would not mess me saying you failed. He got you, bro. You got to do what's necessary. Just cut the cord. You know what I'm saying? Like, get back into your word. I just want to encourage you, man. Get back into Bible study. Get back into fasting. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be for real about this thing, I know it's not what we was tending to talk about, but I had to go there. You got to be serious about this thing because he's serious about you. He's so serious that his son died for you. So if
Yep.
he's that serious about you, get that serious about him.
That's it.
Just you know what I'm saying? Just hum a little something. Remember, like back in the day, bro. My grandmother used to eat the soggiest cereal, the cornflakes, because she didn't want nobody helping her. So she would pour the milk on the counter in her cereal, and she would have to scooch over to in her little walker to the table. That seriously looks so soggy,
Yeah.
bro. She used to hum
Hmm.
hymns.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I now I find myself, man, singing old John P. Keith, songs. You know, I'm like, I
God
ain't even that old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mississippi Mass Choir. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, man, but brother, man, that's where my joys come from, man. Like, man, gonna disappoint you. I'm gonna disappoint you. I can't come through in the clutch sometime, but I guarantee I know who will. There's
That's
always
it.
a ram in the bush. Just
Lastly,
gotta
Jordan,
trust him, man.
your book, if you can tell the folks that are on here, if you can, and I can post it after, if you send that information to me, man, I want to make sure that we market that book, get it moving for us, so you can, your work can be getting these folks' hands. How can they do that?
I seen a link, man. It's on Etsy.
Okay.
I think it's 210. If you put in one word on Etsy, it's
Hmm.
210 Block Podcast. The book will pop up.
Okay.
It's self published. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's why we went that route because we um just want to make it simple for people to get. And since we
Okay.
did the work, man, hopefully you should reap the benefits of your hard work. And so we were like, man, let's give it to it. And it's been a beautiful journey, man. And I just want to say this before we log off. Hit me up if you have writer's block and you had an idea about writing a book. I will give you all the tools necessary to get your book done as well. I'm not selfish with the blessings God has gave me. I don't do everything for monetary gain. Like if it God bless me, I'm gonna bless you.
That's what's
So yeah, man, memoirs, anything you got going on when it comes to writing, man, just hit me up or hit Nathan up and he got my information. I don't mind him giving my cell phone. Just text me what you need, what you want. And I help you out, man. It's called From the Setup to the Setup. It's about 6 friends. One guy, he had a couple strikes already, so one of them ended up doing a long bid. But when he gets out, man, you see the power of friendship. The other 5 never turning back on him, and they helping him get back on his feet. But he has to make the right decision once he's out. And I'm a man of God, so my boy ain't he little saved, he ain't big saved. So it's one of the characters, man. Like he did a little bit. So there's some adult language in there, but we didn't get graphic with the marriage couples. It's a positive book. I think everybody could find a character that can gravitate to. We didn't get vulgar with sex scenes, stuff like that. We just want to write a positive book to give what I'm saying people hope and see the importance of friendship. That's what the book is about. So yeah, just find it on Etsy.
cool. Jordan, hour and 38, man. Yeah, we lost the audience, but that's okay. Somebody gonna see it. They're gonna pick it up and it's gonna catch them, man.
Yeah,
It's all good. I'm not worried about audience. I just want to make sure we got it out, man. We're gonna have to do this again, my brother. Man,
yeah,
folks, 9 minutes with Nate is back. I'm gonna set a time and date. I'm gonna go back to posting the lives. Jordan, I'm gonna get with Jordan. I'm going, maybe maybe he can put me a stool on the edge of the stage and I could just be part of the panel. But listen, I
yeah,
appreciate I appreciate StreamYard letting us, get on board and get this out for folks. Check us out
yeah,
on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. All this stuff's gonna be posted, folks.
yeah,
Jordan, I can't say enough, man. I appreciate the nuggets. I appreciate your time, man. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna text you. Call and check on me because I need it a
yeah.
lot of the times, man. This has been awesome, man. I'm gonna let you go, but man, I appreciate you. God bless you, man. I'm so proud of you and the man that you're becoming, the man that you're still becoming. It's gonna be an
Thank you.
awesome. awesome testimony that when you release it, the people that are connected to you that will not get free until you release it are going to be set free, man. That's a word for you, bro.
Amen.
I know that
Yes,
for
sir.
myself, that until I tell
Yes,
my
sir.
testimony to the right ones that are connected to me, they won't walk and do what they're supposed to do. So, man, you keep talking, you keep walking, keep improving, stay in the word, bro. And we're going to link up and get this done again, man.
I love you, brother.
I love you too, man. I appreciate you. 9 Minutes with Nate fans. I appreciate y'all. We out of here.
Yes, sir.
Peace.